Hi, welcome back to the chicken coop. So last time, we beat up the definitely not a princess.
Yes. And we won.
We did. How dare you hit that dead chicken, Brian?
What, he's got a bone to pick with me now?
Oh my god. Why did you have to?
Have you met me?
Yeah, I know. I don't know why.
It is a biological imperative
I
at this
don't
point.
know why it continues to surprise me. Fuck Christ. Okay, so last time I mentioned how we used to work at a phone company.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and say it now. Like, working in a call center for a phone company, at least the one, well, I don't know if they did this when you were there, but when I was there, they paid well enough. But holy hell, that was the most stressful job I've ever had the misfortune of taking.
Oh, yeah. I now finally make more than I made there, and I'm enjoying my job a heck of a lot more.
Because, like, people are only going to call if their phones are already broken. And people are so dependent on their phones now that they're... Like, if it's not working immediately, they're instantly mad.
It's one of the things I was told in orientation was, just remember, no one's ever going to call you to tell you you're doing a great job.
Yeah. Mine was more pragmatic. Like, when I got there, I think it was like we were in the last week of the training thing, and the person said, the person that was training us at the time goes, look around at everyone in this room. By the end of the month, half of you won't work here anymore. Then out of the half that's remaining, within 6 months, half of you won't be working here anymore. And I thought, that's kind of pessimistic, isn't it? No, it was like 100% true. Like, everyone left because the job was such bullshit.
We didn't already get the treasure chest out of here, did we? The one that follows you?
Where? No, you have to talk to the... Oh my god, please run from that guy. You have to go to the frog down south first.
Ah.
Because you have to bring him to the blacksmith.
Then the chest will be there.
Exactly. Then the chest just magically appears. Then you gotta go give that to the thief guy.
Yoink.
Then the sword will be done. No, you have to talk to him.
Ribbit.
But I brought that up because I was remembering, like a friend of mine from that job, like just kind of out of the blue, he called me to ask if I wanted to hang out, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So like, we drove by this area, and the road that like drives past it's either like 3 lanes or 4 lanes. It's a pretty larger than normal road. There's plenty of lanes, and at the time there weren't any cars like in the other lanes, and I just kind of like casually say, oh hey, there's where we used to work, and he just like does a shrill scream and starts like swerving all over the road. Like, it was exaggerated. It wasn't like he wasn't going through actual PTSD, but just the fact that like I wasn't expecting him to swerve and scream like that, I just lost it immediately. Hey Tony, there's the building again.
No.
Must say, they ask you a lot if you're really sure.
Yeah, well, it's because technically for a few minutes you go without your sword.
Yeah.
Punch ya.
I remember, just to make this like super hard on myself for that. What are you doing?
Going down there.
Why?
Because of the thing.
Why? We've already gotten it.
Oh, we did?
Look at the magic meter. It says half.
Oh, right. That is what that is.
We've gotten it.
Punch the chicken.
But I remember, put down the chicken.
And it's gone.
I remember I used to like just mess around and try to go as naked as I could. So like, with my sword missing, I would go to those like weird plant things. Why are you going back in?
Do you want to get the sword back now?
I thought you had to use the Oh shit, really?
Yeah, all you do is just leave the area one screen and come back.
I thought you had to actually bring the treasure chest to the dude, then come back and they'll have it ready.
Nope.
Fuck, okay. But yeah, what I used to do is before even grabbing the sword back, I would go to those plant things in the Dark World that like steal your items.
Yeah.
Until they eventually eat your shield. So I'm like swordless and shieldless, and I'm just running around just using my sub weapons for everything.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, dude, I gave myself hard mode for that particular set. You can't run with that.
Yeah.
You have to slowly walk.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, just the fact that he would just lose his shit for very brief moments.
Legitimate moments, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had good stories out of the place, but not many.
Not many. Oh my god. Did I mention what I did there before I got fired on the channel?
I don't remember if you mentioned on the channel. I know you've told me about it, but I don't even
know
remember
I've
what
told
it was
you,
at this
but
point.
yeah. So okay, so this was trying to think how to word this. So when you're working there, they have all these different things that they grade you on. They keep track of all your metrics, right? And some of these are survey based from the customer. They ask, "Oh, how did you like this? Scale of 1 to 10 or whatever."
Yeah.
And some of them are just like not opinions; they're hard facts. Like,
did we solve your problem today?
well, that's not a survey. That's still a survey thing, though. But that's
you
not
mean like the call time and things like that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the average handle time, which was actually
whether or not they called back later.
right.
Yeah.
Which what they called AHT, average handle time. How long did you take to finish it? And that was actually my biggest weakness. My boss would say, "Howie, you're doing all this other stuff really well, but you need to work on your time." And I was like, "All right, sure, why not?" Well, this kept going on because the problem was, I would fix people's issues, but then I would make the mistake of saying, "Is there anything else we can help you with?" And of course, people are going to come up with more shit,
Yeah.
which means more stuff to fix, which means more time.
Yep.
So I end up taking even longer on the call, and so it got to a point where my boss kind of I can't confirm this, but it was suspected that they basically made excuses to hold on, you do already have the Bombos medallion, right?
Oops, wrong button.
Start button. Yeah, okay. I figured while we're here, if you don't already have it, you could get it, but we got it. It's
What item
it's
do
the
I
first
wanna
one.
use?
Huh?
Now I'm trying to think, what item do I want to use?
Oh. But so the excuse that my boss said was that I wasn't showing human connection, which
Well, it is difficult for you to connect with legitimate, actual humans, beep boop, because we're robots, beep boop.
via phone. Well, that was the thing, was like they said, yeah, you have to be personable and whatnot, and
Let them hear your smile.
but the problem was her fucking definition changed every time. So I would do literally the thing that she said to do.
Oh yeah.
And she would say, "Okay, you know what was wrong with this call? You didn't have human connection." What the fuck you mean I didn't have human connection? I did exactly what you told me to.
Yeah.
So when I kept supposedly not showing human connection, this meant that I was supposedly not following orders, and they were able to fire me for not going by
Yeah.
not doing the thing that they told me to.
But what they want is they want to have the promise of high pay, but have high enough turnaround so they never actually have to, commit to the high pay.
My suspicion was that I was fired because the manager's metrics are based on the employee.
Yeah.
So if an individual does badly, it looks like the manager does badly. So because I was basically bringing down the whole team's time, it was suspected that they got rid of me because of that, because she didn't want her time to look bad, because that was her biggest flaw,
Yeah.
which was my biggest flaw, and it was dragging down so much. So eventually, they kept giving me warning after warning, and, of course, they're just pushing the goalpost back, and I can't reach it. So eventually, it got to a point where they said, "Howie, we've already given you your final warning, you're still not doing it. By the end of today, you're not going to be employed with us anymore. So you can either choose to leave now, or you can continue to finish working this day to get a little more pay." And I said, "You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll work this day out, get a little bit more money.
Yeah.
I'm already here." So, you always hear horror stories, especially from shitty jobs like that.
Oh, yeah.
People saying, "Oh yeah, my last day, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that." But I'm not usually a vindictive person like that. As much as, the company may deserve it, one big thing I kept hearing was, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be an asshole to all the customers. I'm just gonna shit all over them." I can't do that to people that don't deserve it.
Yeah, they're all legitimately having problems, and while
Right.
you may have heard the same problem 100 times, this might be the first time they've ever called in about it, and they're just frustrated.
And another one I would often hear was, because the reps have the ability to actually credit a person's account,
Yeah.
give them free money toward their bill. And that was another thing was, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give all these people free credits on their bill to solve, to shut them up and to hit the company and blah 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 and whatever." But I didn't do that either. But what I did do was, I took my weakness of having really long calls, and I wanted to help people, because when I was there, my biggest weakness was nice old people.
Yeah.
I wanted to do everything for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're supposed to show them, how they can teach themselves. We're not supposed to handhold. But, like, old people, I wanted to help them with everything.
Yeah.
It was like I saw my own grandparents in them. I was like, you know what? I want to help these people as much as humanly goddamn possible. So, I remember, the very next call after they told me, Howie, you're going to be fired today, I got this nice old guy. And he had just gotten a smartphone. His first smartphone after X number of years using a crappy old phone.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I just need help, learning how to use this phone. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll be happy to show you each and every little thing what to do on this phone. And you already know, trying to teach an old person new technology it's kind of an uphill battle.
Oh, yeah.
But just to screw with the company, I was like, you know what? I'm going to have all the patience in the world, and I'm going to help this guy out so much. And so, like...
I have an opposite story to that to share with you when you're done.
Okay, don't worry. It'll... you've already got the idea of it, but just how long this drags out, though. Because, like, after I spent an exorbitant amount of time helping him, he's like, oh, my wife also got a new phone. Do you mind showing her how to use it? Absolutely!
Yeah.
So she wants to know even more stuff than him. All the stuff that he wanted to know. Then, oh, how do I make a Facebook account? How do I put my grandkids on my friends list? How do I show them all the photos I've taken? I'm showing them everything.
Nice.
So, keeping in mind that, according to the company, they wanted the average call to not exceed 18 minutes. That call with Mr. and Mrs. I don't know, nice old people that I really liked, that I was so happy to help, was 3.5 hours.
Nice.
I was like, you know what? The company and my manager are probably absolutely fucking fuming, but I don't care because I made this nice little old couple the happiest. Oh, goodness.
We used to have, like, a little briefing before we would get on our phones.
Uh-huh.
And we were like, hey, one of our biggest whales is going to be calling in later. This guy's got 6 different business accounts that pull in, like, 50 grand each because of the sheer number of phones that he has.
Jesus.
But he's also a dick, and he will absolutely be abusive to you and do all these horrible, mean things and say all these things. Just make him happy and do whatever he asks you to do. But we need to stop giving away the farm to him. So I've been like, okay, well, fine, what if he calls? Well, just answer his questions, do what he wants, but try to tell him no in a way where he won't hate you. Oh, darn, I was hoping that would have opened.
It's counterclockwise.
Oh, you're right, it is a special way.
Also, why are you going here?
Just to give me a portal into the Dark World, but I don't know why I want the portal to the Dark World for here.
Right, I was about to say, that's Dungeon 7.
And?
I thought we literally got this stuff to make Dungeon 3 easier.
Yeah, I was just getting some extra stuff.
Also, did we did not get the magic cape.
No, we didn't. Where's the magic cape?
Go to 2. Yeah, 2. And I guess we could also get medicine while we're here, because I mean, we have 2 empty bottles and plenty of money.
Yeah. But, so, I get on my phone, 2 hours in, sure enough, I get him. Like, we were waiting for him to call, because he was constantly arguing with us about his bill being like a couple of $100 over. His bill was exactly what it was always supposed to be every month, but he was always calling in and bitching that his bill was supposed to be $200 cheaper, and they always gave it to him because of how big his bills were, and he always kept threatening. Yeah.
I was about to say, every time you completely shut down on the game just to talk...
People are listening to us, not watching anyway.
It makes me want to put my face into the wall.
Okay. But, he starts calling me and effing this, effing that, just the worst possible douchebag of a guy.
Okay.
Like it was somehow my fault, like I directly was in charge of his bill. And I was like, look,
how dare you be on the phone when he called?
Yeah, and I'm like, look, man, your contract plainly states exactly what your plan is and what the terms are for your contract. And I was trying to explain to him what page it was on so he could look at it, because he claimed to have it in his hand. He kept smacking it with his hand and all this other bull. But anyway, I'm here. Where am I supposed to be going? For the cape.
Go to the left.
Okay. But
I just see you running circles. I'm like, are you...
And he's like, where you're going? Well, I don't... He's like, well, I don't want to read it. You tell me where it's at. You seem to know where it is. But
Go
start
left.
from page 1. He wanted me to read his entire contract to him. So I did. I read the entire thing to him. And bees!
That's not where you find the magic cape,
I know.
Brian.
I was getting... Am I going south?
No, you're going up.
Okay. But I proceeded to get to the page in the contract about contact to customer service.
Go left.
Maybe I want this rock first.
All right. There's plenty of rocks over here.
It's in there, isn't it?
Yes. You have to dash into that one.
Blah.
There you go.
But apparently one of the interesting contract points at loving cell phone company we used to work for is that if you call into the call center and are repeatedly abusive, you can be subject to forfeiture of your entire account and still being on the hook for the bill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He promptly apologized and hung up.
Jeez.
And did not call back.
I was about to say, because I'm pretty sure usually that results in calling back to someone more gullible.
No, and I was like, I'll be sure to be... Because I noted on the account that we have gone over the entire contract with him. That's why he was demanding that I read the entire thing for him so that I was, quote, being honest. You know? So I did. And it backfired on him because, well, he then realized, well, now I'm aware of it. It's been noted.
You know good and well they're still going to claim, oh, well, they didn't tell me nothing.
Oh, yeah, he probably would have tried eventually, but I'm the kind of person that was vindictive enough to write down numbers and just periodically check the notes to make sure their problems were solved, you know? Just so I could see how things go down with it.
Right.
Especially after the thing with the kid and the phone and the hurricanes. That
Kid and the phone and the hurricanes.
The razor phone story. I've told the razor phone story before.
Did you?
Yeah, kid got a razor phone for his birthday. I spent like 18 minutes trying to convince him to turn the phone into his parents, but he was too chicken because he thought he was going to get in trouble. So I just convinced him to hand it to his principal within that 18 minutes, and then I got griped at for spending too much time on a call with a kid when I should have just told him, sorry, we can't help you, and hung up the phone.
I don't think you've ever told this.
Yeah. Well, I spent way too much time telling this kid to turn in this razor phone that was given to him for his birthday. Well, Katrina hits, call center shuts down.
Right.
I'm back on calls end of October. I was originally just doing employee rate stuff, but I'm finally taking calls, and it's like my first day taking calls, and I get a call from a woman who wants to know how to activate service on her phone. And the thing is I remembered this call with the kid, so I remembered how to look up in the phone to see if the phone had been reported stolen. So
right.
I had her, pull the number out of the phone. I looked it up, and I noticed there's a note on this account. It's a note from me stating if this person calls in about this phone or if this person's parents calls in to let them know about the phone, let them know that they did the right thing by calling us, which is the note I left on that kid's phone account, because that phone was stolen, and that was given to him by some other kid at school, so I told him to take it to his principal. I'm going to the wrong place again, aren't I?
Well, I don't know. Are you trying to spend rupees on your...
No, I'm trying to go to this dungeon.
Oh, well then, yeah, you're in the right place.
Okay. I couldn't remember if I was going to the right place. But
this is Dungeon 5.
Oh, yeah, you said 4.
I said 3.
Oh, yeah.
We did 4 last time.
You're right.
But I guess I'm taking us there because we're getting to about that point. Did you still have more to that story?
Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish it real quick. So I'm looking over the notes, and sure enough, the kid took the phone to his principal. The principal took it to the store. The store told him, well, we can't take it because it's been reported stolen. We would just have it destroyed because it now technically belongs to the insurance company, and the insurance company recommends that rather than having us destroy them, that we donate them to the police station for the battered women's shelter, because they'll make a 911 call. So all the women in the shelters get a phone they can carry and call 911 if their abusive dick boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever comes at them. This woman was calling because, sure enough, she was at a battered women's shelter in New Orleans that flooded during Katrina.
Oh.
And her phone was the only one that made a successful 911 call. The phone she got at the battered women's shelter, because that phone found its way there because I spent too much time on a phone call telling a kid to do the right thing.
Okay.
That I actually got featured in the little flyer of, like, the employee flyer they did, and when the then president of the company came in to do like a little interview with employees, I got picked because my call was recorded and it was talked about, because that's really good PR, after Katrina like that, finding out that 13 women were able to get evacuated during one of the worst natural disasters in American history because an employee of the call center told some punk kid to do the right thing. So, yeah, that was my positive story, because they always told me you'd never get a repeat call. And I'm just moving around right now because I know the episode's about to be over, and I just don't want it sitting there doing nothing.
I was sitting there like, are we getting anywhere? You're just running
No,
around.
I'm just finishing
and
up the
you
story,
just-
but I didn't want to be standing in one place because that triggers you.
Okay.
But anyway, don't accept stolen goods, and when you do, turn them into the right people. Good things might happen.
Might.
Might.